What do I feel like today?
I thought the question is, what do I feel like today? Unless you choose dealer's choice, in which case it is, in fact, what you feel like today.
It's not dealer's choice. I was just looking through the articles that I felt like reading.
Okay. Are you going to go with a dealer suggestion then? Or should I just go from what I remember from the different groups?
What do you feel like? Why don't you tell me?
You got any Actually, no, let's not do an update. The updates are coming pretty damn quick. Let's do
any updates. I do have an update, though.
Something along the lines of feeling middling. I know there's like 4 different groups we have for that.
Feeling middle?
Middling, yeah.
Well, we could feel like science.
No, I don't feel like science.
Okay. Let's see what we got in to be filed.
It could be can't choose. It could be... What's the other one? There's can't choose and...
Feeling uncertain?
Feeling uncertain, yes. One of those two.
This could be interesting because I'm not sure why it's feeling uncertain.
Okay.
I mean, we can speculate all we want about why it's under feeling uncertain. Doritos dye turns mice translucent, researchers find. Are humans next? That's a cliffhanger for anyone that's ever eaten a Dorito. Doritos might be Oh, this is on Global News.
I didn't know Doritos were dyed. I thought they just had powder.
You thought they were a nice bright orange color now.
I thought they got powdered cheese covered on them.
No, I think...
When did they dye them? At what point?
I don't know. Let's find out. September 9th, 2024. 11:47 a.m. I like her last name. That's a good journalist name. Doritos Doritos might be known for spicing up snack time. Snack time, not smack. But Stanford researchers have discovered that a dye in the chips can also turn mice translucent. A study published September 6th in the journal Science explains how researchers at Stanford University in California used a common food dye called yellow number 5. Does that sound familiar for the color of Doritos now?
No, but it sounds awfully similar to red dye number 5, which has just been banned in California, I believe.
Yeah, it better. Found in various foods and beauty products on the skin of live mice. That was worded weird. The dye created a temporary window that made their organs, muscles, and blood vessels visible. The researchers said that is the most disturbing sentence I think I've ever read.
Why did they just discover this? Like, have they not been using it for a long time?
How long have Doritos been around?
A lot longer than September of this year.
A technique called optical tissue clearing, which has not yet been tested on humans, but we're eating Doritos.
No, it's been tested in humans. In humans.
Yeah, okay, not on humans, just on the inside. We don't know how clear our organs are after eating Doritos. Could potentially allow the non-invasive observation and monitoring of injuries or diseases, the authors argue. Wow, they took that in a really positive direction. Looking forward, this technology could make veins more visible for the drawing of blood, make laser-based tattoo removal more straightforward, or assist in the early detection and treatment of cancers. Co-author and Stanford University Assistant Professor of Materials Science and Engineering, Guosong Hong said, for example, certain therapies use lasers to eliminate cancerous and precancerous cells but are limited to areas near the skin surface. This technique may be able to improve that light penetration, Hong said in a September 6th press release. The artificial food dye used in the experiment, tartazine, also known as yellow number 5, is approved for use in the United States and Canada. It is commonly used to give yellow color to a range of products, including Doritos, Mountain Dew, M&M's, cereals like Cap and Crunch, and beauty products such as shampoo, conditioner, soap, and eyeliner, as well as some vitamins and medicines.
A lot of those things I don't picture as yellow.
I know. Although tartazine is widely used to color foods and cosmetics, researchers sought to explore whether it could make mice's skin translucent. Where's the connection there? So how did they achieve this surprising effect? Scattering of light prevents us from seeing through our bodies, the author has explained, is because fats, cellular fluids, proteins, and other materials each have different refractive indices, which determine how much incoming light waves are bent. To make bodies transparent, scientists wanted to make all the different parts of the tissues have the same light bending properties. A researcher found that tartazine can do this. When this dye is just an added benefit other than changing our products to yellow dye number 5 color. When this dye is added to water and soaked into tissue, tartazine molecules are structured in a way that aligns with the light bending ability of the skin. The dye absorbs blue and purple light and allows red and orange light to travel through the tissue, resulting in transparency, the study said. The method was first tested on the thin slices of chicken breast. As researchers increased the concentration of tartazine, the light bending properties of the fluid inside the muscle cells became similar to those of the muscle proteins, making the slice transparent, the researcher said. The researchers then applied a temporary tartazine solution to mice. On the scalp, this made the skin transparent, revealing the brain's blood vessels. When applied to the abdomen, it showed the movements of the intestines, heart, and lungs. Strongly absorbing dye molecules, when applied topically to biological tissues, can reduce the intrinsic light scattering within these tissues, the study said. This effect renders various biological tissues, including the scalp, muscle, and abdomen, transparent. The researcher said, adding that tartazine did not seem to have any lasting effects. That's enough. There's only like 2 sentences left to the end, but I feel like that encapsulates it. My thought is like, why do they like have a product and they're like, you know what this is missing? Color.
The power of invisibility. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they're like, we don't give a shit what invisibility properties this could give the organs. Like right now, if you were in my body, you know, where I'm bleeding on the inside.
Fully contained bleeding, as we've established.
And you could be like, wow, we can see right through her esophagus. Like we can see that. It shouldn't, but it is just clear as the windows are.
The thing I'm really curious about is if we apply this to the skin while somebody's eating Doritos.
Yeah.
Is it going to have some type of double impact where we can see right into the stomach?
Well, from what I gather from this article, yes, that is correct.
Or say if you really want to make it extreme with Mountain Dew as well.
Yes. Okay, no, you gotta mix Mountain Dew with the powder of the Doritos and then apply it.
That's how they're doing it to the mice. They said water, but they're not using water.
It is scientific, and I imagine that's pretty fucking scientific, if you ask me. But why? Why do we need to change the color of something? Why does making Mountain Dew fluorescent yellow make it more appealing? It doesn't make sense to me.
It's not yellow either. That's the most confusing part. The other thing I was really confused about, this only seems to work on like organic beings or like live cells. And
versus what?
Well, I was like speculating rubbing Doritos on like a door to see through the door.
Oh,
or
point.
Like any number of things to make translucent.
I'd wonder if they tried that. You wouldn't think it would work the same though. It must be like an organ, a living organ.
And if you have enough Doritos and a thin enough door, the grease will in fact make it translucent eventually.
It's true.
But
true.
I don't think it's the yellow number 5
way.
dye doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That left me with a lot of
That's
questions,
sure.
and like how they just kind of knew that this was something that could happen. They're like, oh yeah, the yellow dye, that'll make things invisible.
No, yeah, they were totally like, we need to think up something that's gonna make body parts translucent, and they're like, we already know that. It's yellow dye number 5. We just weren't telling anyone because we're Doritos. We're not scientists. We just wanted it for its color. Its vibrant color.
It almost reminds me, I've been reading up on the lore of Warhammer 40,000. There's a race called the Orcs that live there, and they're inherently psychic, but they don't really know it, but it impacts the world around them. So anything that's painted red, like a vehicle, it goes faster than all the other vehicles because it's red, because red things go faster. And anything that's purple is invisible. It's a sneaky color because nobody's ever seen a purple orc. And it's because they all think this way that it just works. And I'm wondering if it's just something innate to scientists now. Like, yeah, yellow stuff makes you invisible. It's just how it works. And it's their psychic powers bringing it out.
Yeah, like who doesn't know that at this point? Because they're like, we already knew this. Obviously. Doritos hold the secret to seeing the inside of human bodies.
Yeah, and in any event, we all know that this is going to end up with some weird Rule 34 implications, but don't think too much about that. Think about the other implications of, say, Doritos, just like where you can rub them to make invisible stuff. You got 48 hours. We expect to see you back here and not be in prison, so like, be responsible with this power. Anyhow, goodbye.